Damn. I'm about to die. I had an itch. Y'all, I did the Walmart run. I've been out for about 30 minutes now. I was looking at the news. Apparently, Greg Abbott sat down with he held a press conference in Texas this afternoon about 2 hours ago. And the people of Texas are going to be creating a database for the TDA gang. I can't say it. The Diagra, y'all know, the gang that I'm always talking about. Greg Abbott said that kind of ridiculous that he's having this many problems and that there wasn't already a database, that you would think that there would already be a database to keep up with these criminals. He explained to the public that these men were released from prison. They were part of a prison gang in Mexico. So it's pretty interesting stuff. It's kind of sad to see what's happened down there. I want to show you what I got from the grocery store. I'm not a huge fan of Activia. I just think it's overrated. There's better yogurts. This has got 28% of my daily sugars in this one thing. It was the cheapest one. It was $1.18. All of the other ones were $2. So, of course, the cheapest one is full of sugar. I got the stuff for tacos tonight. I also got an Under Armour peach mango. I need to eat this in the morning. I have apples. Can you see? No. I'm hot. I'm spicy. This is for the tacos tonight. I hate buying stuff like this because then it's something, but I haven't been working at the club, so tuna tonight so I can find it. The tacos are on the bottom. I'm not hungry right now. I don't know what I'll eat tonight, like cook. I might later. I got an avocado for the tacos. I also went ahead, since I love that croissant tomato sandwich that we made the other day, I went ahead and got another oblong tomato so that I can cut this up to put on another croissant. And I do have packs of mayonnaise. I also got these granola bars. They do have quite a bit of sugar, 16%, but they've got 2 grams of fiber and 4 grams of protein. So, moderation. I like to throw it away when I have a chance. Save the trash bags. Sometimes I take out trash 3 or 4 times a day, so I go through those. See, like my snacks from where we were on the phone earlier. Y'all, tell me why I took this phone in there to get it appraised. They said they'd give me $1 for it. I said, Lord, these machines are damn just as bad as everybody else out here. I could probably mail that off to a phone company and get $20 for it. Well, also it needs to be charged. It says, does it work? And I was like, no, it's not charged. But it doesn't work because it's not charged. It's not that it does. Y'all, my stomach. I gotta undo my pants. It's not because it's broke. It's not because it's broke. It's because it's not charged. My britches are killing me. They're too tight. Whoo, Lord. I got 1 Gatorade. I got a 40 pack of water. other bag. Ouch. I mean, you could have just damn handed it to me, please. Alright. I got energy drinks. Y'all know I need at least one of these a week. Actually, about one every 2 weeks. So I got drink mixes. There comes 10 for like $3. Not even. I think it was $2 and some change. We'll put those in our drink thing. Y'all, I was looking at coffee. It's coffee season. I can't wait to get a Jackery. If I had a Jackery, I could boil water. I have a coffee pot to do it. More oatmeal. That one is strawberry and cream. I just add water to these. I actually eat these a lot in my sleep. I'll wake up hungry. I want a snack. I'll pour some water in, stir it up, fall asleep, wake back up. I don't know why I do that, but I do. And eat it. So, protein, cranberry, and almond. It's got 10 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, and 11 grams of added sugar. That's the bad thing. But I am trying to gain weight right now, so I'm not even mad at it. Blueberry, strawberry. More protein. See, these are different. This is just regular oatmeal. It doesn't have the added protein. This one does. And I think it's like 18 cents more. But this has only got 5 grams. This has got 10. So the 18 cents is actually worth it, in my opinion. I also got a honey almond one. I'll put a couple of these up here so I can reach them. So I put those there. Oh, God. Sorry, you guys. It's always at least one idiot. So I put those right there. Damn it. Sometimes they won't close. Pretzels, a little bit of trail mix, and freeze-dried fruit. Croissant for my tomato sandwich. Ouch. I got an itch. My eye. I want to try this cake. I'm glad that I waited because the ones that we saw the other day, they had done something wrong. Y'all remember it was all down in the package. It looks super crumbly. This one looks a lot better. This is the cinnamon coffee cake. I figured that this might be good with a cup of coffee first thing in the morning. Like if I wake up nauseous, which I do a lot if I'm hungry, I'll wake up nauseous and I want like caffeine and food, but I don't really want anything that's savory. I want something that's kind of sweet to just kind of nibble on with my coffee. This is perfect. It looks delicious. As you can see, it's like white pound cake, but then it's got this cinnamon buttery. It says made with buttery moist cake layered with cinnamon, sugar, something I can't see. Oh, here we go. Sugar blend topped with a crumbly streusel topping. So it sounds delicious. I also got my favorite, my classic lemon cake with the icing. So good. Y'all, I'm actually surprised I haven't gained weight since I've been eating all this junk. I mean, it's definitely hurt my tummy, but it's, I haven't gained any weight from it. So that's, I mean, I think that I haven't, since I've took a break from working out the past, like, 2 weeks, I do notice a difference in my body, but, like, I'm not gaining any weight, which is crazy. I'm kind of, I'm going to talk to my doctor about it when I see him. So, be like, hey, dude, what's going on with me? This is the Walmart, that fat ass, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny. That bitch took my cake. This is the Walmart where the lady stole my cake and my Snickers with almonds. And I did not have any food stamps. I thought I did. I did not. This was $27.74. That's it. That's all I got. Enough shit. Enough literal junk to fit in a box. I mean, and it was just the granola. Half of this was already in here. $27. Whatever. I laid that banana out so that I can see it in the morning so that I know to eat it. I'm probably not hungry right now because I just started that protein. Sorry, I'm reading that flea market stuff. I know those people from somewhere. I think that the owners of the flea market used to come into the winery, y'all. For real, for real. Like, I think that they used to come into the winery. It's a woman and her daughter that run the place, and I really don't know what any, like, these losers keep talking about. Such losers. I'm so sorry to my regular followers and my subscribers. Y'all can't even get in a damn comment. I'm sorry that you're misinformed. But the lady stole my cake intentionally because she recognized me from my channel, and she was black. I deal with a lot of racism on a daily basis, especially from black women, which is one of the reasons I opened this channel, because I've been, they've tried to bully me my whole life. I grew up in foster care where I was the only white child in the home. And it started there at about 8 years old. I might have been 6. It could have started around 6. I can't remember exactly the first time I was taken from my family. I just know that when I was thrown into a foster home where I was the only child that was white. And so it wasn't the mother and father of the family, it was the siblings of the family and the way that the mother and father would treat me because of the fact that I was white. So I've dealt with that my whole life, and it carried over into adulthood. What it is that I'm pretty and that I have blue eyes. I don't know, it's something about the culture. A lot of, not all by any means, but a lot of children that grew up in rougher, neglected, abusive circumstances have a tendency to have low self-worth and self-esteem. And in return, when they see someone that does not look like, or maybe someone that they maybe are envious of, it causes problems. And I've dealt with it my whole life, and it's conversations like this that we need to have to prevent the upcoming generation from being racist, because what it is. And it's crazy how in 2024 a lot of people have the notion that certain races can't be racist, and that's preposterous. That's very, what's the word, that's a very uneducated assumption that people of color cannot carry racism. That's a very uneducated way of thinking, because in my experience, I have had more racism from minorities than anywhere, specifically black women. So I find it interesting that this lady knew exactly who I was, and I knew that she knew who I was because when I walked up, she started giving me the bombastic side eye and huffing and puffing because she had to wait on me and check out my groceries. If you didn't want to wait on people, you probably shouldn't got a job at Walmart. But what do I know? So she absolutely did it intentionally, and this was not an isolated incident. Matter of fact, I've had this happen 3 times in 1 year with the same suspect. One time, okay, damn, I forgot a bag. The next time, I started to pick up on the behavioral patterns. So by the third I said, wow, this is a whole new phenomenon. This is what people are doing to get back at people because of God knows why. But absolutely. And then people started leaving comments on my post saying, yep, I just had this happen to me the other day at Walmart with makeup. Go figure. Not an isolated incident. Don't be naive. And truly, you need to ask yourself, why is it okay for everybody else to be called racist, but the people that are actually behaving that way are never confronted about their behavior? You have to ask yourself why that is. And I do on a daily basis, and I know why. Because I'm cute. Because I'm cute. If I weren't, then it wouldn't be happening as often as it is. It is a 50-50 toss-up when I go across a woman who has seen my content. And it's a lot of white women too. I had one woman that threw a whole hissy fit in the gym one day, stomping around like a toddler. It was hilarious. Can I just say it was hilarious? Ma'am, you're the exact adult that I talk about on a daily basis. I try to tell people not to be like you. But very clearly a liberal, okay? So that probably added to it too, but yeah, she definitely did that on purpose. I think that what it is that's the common explanation. That's what people are gonna, oh, you forgot something. No, bitch, I didn't forget nothing. And matter of fact, let me tell you how they get you. So what they'll do is you'll check out, they'll hand you every single bag, but there's a bag missing. Usually the last thing that they rang up. And it's still in the bagging area. And when you go to try to turn the thing, she says, oh, you got it all. Three times in less than a year. Can you not see how hyper vigilant I am? You think for a moment I'd forget my own shit, honey? Just because you do, don't mean I'm that dumb. And weren't you in here talking shit yesterday too? Same dumb bitch in here talking shit. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. It's probably both of them. It's probably one of them couples that share a phone because they can't trust each other, but they just say that they're super close. No trust in the relationship, so they got a YouTube channel with both of their names. So every man and woman on earth knows that they're taken. Like anybody would want to date either one of them outside of it, you know? Anyways. Yo, the stupidity never ceases to amaze me. So for $27, I feel really robbed. The only thing that I really see is water. Everything else is in that little damn container. And it still ain't shit in it, per usual. I remember when I first moved into my car 2 years ago, I could go to the grocery store and get about a week's worth of meals for about $50. That's snacks and one meal. And it wasn't even a whole meal. It was an avocado and a tomato for another meal. You see what I'm saying? So I got a croissant and a tomato to make a meal with, an avocado for my tacos, 2 pieces of cake, and 5 granola bars and a case of water and 2 drinks and a yogurt for almost $30. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. The only thing that I bought that had multiple was the granola bars, and it was $2.30 for the granola bars. Like, that's crazy that $30 gets me a case of water and some snacks. Maybe in addition to a meal, like a tomato. It's just crazy. I was looking at the onions in there. The cheapest onion they had was this damn big and $3. What happened to the little tomato, the little onions you used to be able to get? You used to be able to get it like a little Vidalia or a little, white onion. They're making stuff bigger too. Y'all notice that? The oranges and the onions, they're huge. Very wasteful. Well, so I guess what I'm going to do is get up in the morning and go file the paperwork for that lawsuit. I'm kind of nervous because It's going to take all of my money out of my Cash App. Thank you to, I think it's Miss Pam. Hold on one second. Sent me $20 today for laundry and stuff. Thank you, Pam. I'm going to go tomorrow and file the paperwork against the restaurant owners for them sexually harassing me and trying to coerce me into sex trafficking. I'm going to file the paperwork. Now, I can file up to $10,000 on my own. The burden of proof for the money that they owed me would be simply to show the receipts from the bar where I worked, where I was never paid. Also, text messages from the owners of the restaurant that said that they were going to pay me, who never even responded to my message after. He says, I will pay you. I'll get back in touch with you. And he never got back in touch with me. So I have all of that. I also have all of the sexual harassment text messages from the wife and him. I have more than enough to meet the burden of proof for my paycheck and over $1,300 that they actually owe me that they never paid me. Most of which was credit card tips from people who came in and ate, and they would leave me money on a credit card, and my boss said that I had to wait 2 weeks for my credit card tips. I got paid and those credit card tips were never there. And matter of fact, I only received 2 checks, one for $250, which was short about $1,000, and another for $860, which was short about $500. And then my last paycheck I never even received, including $1,000 worth of tips. So they actually owe me quite a bit of money, as you can hear. Okay, now that I'm saying it out loud, it's a lot more than I think that I've even realized. I felt like sitting down and tallying up the hours and tallying up the tips, it would send me into a worse depression. So I have only counted up in my head what I have proof of, which is the $1,300, but it is in fact much more money than that. So thank you, Queen. Yeah, I don't know how long I'll have it because I'm still 2 months behind on my truck payment. I'm waiting on YouTube to send me a check, and that is simply donations. That is not money from me making off of YouTube. That is donations that people have sent me to go towards my truck, that they take 70%. Just by the way, I just need to throw that out there. YouTube takes 70% of my money. So if you send me a donation through YouTube, if it's $1,000, I'm only going to get 300 of it, just so y'all know. But anyways, and thank you for everybody that sent money for my truck payment. I will get it eventually. I just don't know when. I feel like we've been waiting for 3 months, but whatever. So, and it's not even enough to know what's going to happen with the truck. So anyways, freaking, if I can get the money that I'm owed from my job back in February and January when I worked my ass off for these people for almost 2.5, 3 months, then if I could get my payment, then I could pay my bills. One of the reasons that I'm behind on this is because of that. You know, it's been little things over the past 2 years that has led to this. Number one, my medication being stole out of my bedroom. That was $5,000 worth of Suboxone that was just stole from me. You know, financially speaking, that put me in a rut for about 2 years. Financially speaking, having to see a doctor every month for hundreds of dollars a month. I initially went through Bicycle Health, which was $300 just to set it up. Then the prescription costs run me about $150 a month. You know, those things add up. Those are little things, but that's $450 just 1 month that I had to spend. If I wouldn't have had to spend that $450 on medication, I could have made this fucking truck payment. Do you see what I'm saying? It's been a lot of little things, but at the end of the day, all of them stem from me allowing somebody in my life. Every single one. I walked into that restaurant and asked for a job. Now, granted, I had no clue that these people were like this. I mean, who would think it? And then to know that the sheriff's department sits over there and eats for free. I wonder how deep it goes. So it's $135 or something to file the paperwork up to $10,000. I have all of the evidence and more. I've showed you guys that on here. Y'all have seen the text conversation. Y'all have heard what I told my employer. Y'all heard me telling them, y'all need to value your marriage. No, I won't sleep with you. No, I won't fly to fucking New Orleans with you. Why would I do that? Y'all are married. Y'all, maybe the reason your marriage is failing is because y'all are both whores sleeping with everybody. I'm sorry. Oh, he was waving at me. I'm sorry. He got out. He thought I was waving at him. And he waved at me. And then I was like, and then he's like, oh, my bad. And then it made me uncomfortable. So I honked and waved at him. I thought he was some creeper off the internet. I'm sorry. He works here. Then I saw the little emblem. So he was getting out the van. And I'm throwing my hands around talking. And he thought I was waving at him. He says, and I said, and then he said, and then he walked off, and then I felt bad. I realized that I realized at the last minute that my arms were failing. Oh, poor guy. He works in there. I am so sorry. That is so funny. Oh my God. My bad. I want to go in there and be like, dude, I thought that you were trying to wave me down. Like, yeah, because he says, like that, like he recognized me. Like, oh Lord, that's funny. I feel so bad. That's why I had to honk the horn and wave at him. When I said he smiled back, I was like, okay, he's not mad at me. That's so funny. Oh God, y'all, I can like go from to rest in bitch face real quick. Like suspicious. Whoa, that was funny. My bad, dude. I'm wailing my arms and he thought I was waving at him. So he waved at me. And I fucking cut the bitch face to him. I'm like, like, do I know you? Thank God my windows went down because I would have been like, listen here, you little shit. What are you doing chasing me down off the internet? Standing there in a McDonald's hat in front of McDonald's. Damn. My bad, dude. Calls the police. There's a dude in a minivan. He's in there working. That's funny. Anyways, what were we talking about? We were talking about something pretty important. Oh, y'all. When I was in Walmart, there was two different couples. What is it? Y'all, what is it? Why they gotta like grab their spouse and pull them closer? Listen, if the sight of another human makes you insecure in your relationship, you probably don't need to be in that relationship. If you were out shopping with your spouse and you see a cute guy coming and you just gotta grab your woman and pull her down a whole nother aisle to get her away from that cute guy, honey, you are suffering in insecurities. That's a huge problem. I see this so much. I've talked about this before. I went through it twice in the grocery store a while ago. It's like, listen, first of all, don't flatter yourself, honey. Nobody wants that man but you. And second of all, tell me you're insecure without telling me that you're insecure in your relationship. I mean, it's sad. Don't get me wrong, but I see it so much. My favorite is when they see me in my truck. Like I'll let couples walk when I'm like in the truck. Like say I'm outside of a Walgreens and a couple's coming out, and some lady will see me before her husband does, and she'll grab his hand and pull him beside her. I see that so much. Few times a week. It's kind of shows you the mentality, like the maturity level. If you can't even be in public and your man can't even see another girl, tell me that, like, that's crazy. Like you're grabbing onto him, leeching onto him because of your insecurities. That's exactly what it is. I see it so much. It's really sad. You know, a lot of people get into relationships that shouldn't be there. We talk about this all the time. I don't know. I think it's a maturity thing. Men don't even mature until mid-40s. So that means that their emotional intellect is not fully developed until 43, approximately. Women are around the age of 32. And for me, this speaks true to who I was in a relationship at different points in my life. Like, I was so immature at 18 in relationships. I was so immature, probably 25. I've handled things poorly even at 30. But there was something that happened around 30 that completely changed my mind about relationships, what they were, how they should be formed, what the foundation they should stand on should be. All of those things changed. And it definitely changed around the same time that I started becoming more conservative and leaning more on my Southern values, like my roots, where the way I was raised. You're asking a lot of someone in their 20s to be able to buckle down and have a functioning relationship that is beneficial for both parties. I mean, you're asking a lot. Now, some people get married early on and they go through all of those stepping stones together and they're married for 40, 50 years. We're not seeing that happen anymore. The divorce rate is through the roof. Through the roof. 50% of divorces, like 50%, that's the divorce rate. So you got a 50-50 shot at that marriage working, and that's only if both parties are emotionally stable, both parties are emotionally mature, both parties are going to buckle down and do the hard work necessary, have the hard conversations, talk about the hard topics, have the uncomfortable conversations. How many people actually do that, though? How many people are actually, what do they call it? What do they call it? An intellectual. I just feel like being an intellectual would help you in a relationship. Not a lot of people are. Not a lot of people are intellectuals. Now, there's dozens of types of personalities, but also how many people are really sitting down and having those hard conversations and doing the hard work? I don't know too many. I see my friends' relationships. I see my family's relationships. Hell, I got family members that have been married 5, 6, 7, 8 damn times, and they still pushing out kids. You got kids in 3 different damn states, and you still having more kids. You ain't even there for the kids that you got. You know what I mean? But you can't tell nobody nothing. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me. Hop from relationship to relationship. I can't do that shit. I can't. Well, probably because I was abused in most of my relationships, so I have to have time to fucking process and heal. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. If you're abused in a relationship and then you move on to another relationship, you're carrying your abuse and all of your trauma into that new relationship. You ain't even healed from the last shit you went through, and here you are bringing another man down with your drama, your pain from somebody else. You know what I mean? I see that a lot too. There's been so much stuff that's come out about Jen Soto, you guys. It just dawned on me. Yo, she was another one that shouldn't have been in a freaking relationship. Steven Stearns and Jennifer Soto. Let me tell you, these are perfect demonstrations of what not to do in a relationship, okay? Especially Jennifer, man. I mean, he's a creep, but don't get me wrong. Jennifer, in my opinion, allowed it. You allowed this man to have access to your daughter. And matter of fact, you sent your daughter to go sleep with him. Almost makes me wonder if something's wrong with her. I don't know, man. I wonder if they're ever going to charge her. Because there's been other things that was revealed. Oh, it's not on. So hot. One day I'm too ugly for an OnlyFans. Now today, y'all want to know if I got one. Make up your fucking minds. Lord. Make up your minds. Nope. Don't do it. So not only did Jennifer make some of the most bizarrest freaking statements, but it's very clear that she knew that this was going on. So I don't understand why they haven't arrested her. Probably a wait. They'll probably try him, lock him up, and then later come and lock her up. That's what I hope. I hope that she is eventually tried and convicted for allowing Stephen to have access to her daughter. She absolutely needs to be made an example of. This happens so often. And as far as it says they have 0 chances. It says that the cops have stated that they have 0 interest in charging her. No plans to charge Madeline Soto case. Now, this was August 22nd. And it says that the Kissimmee Police Department has no plans to file charges against Jennifer Soto, the mother of Madeline Soto, the 13-year-old girl whose body was discovered in a rural Osceola County. It's Osceola. It's in Florida. I know exactly where it is. I used to live north of there. So it says sources told Channel 9 Shannon Butler that Jennifer Soto has done nothing criminal so far, so she would not face any charges anyways. How many people think that Jennifer Soto is innocent in all of this? I'm asking so I can block you. I'm joking. I mean, seriously, here's the thing. The thing that's concerning for me, the thing that makes me feel like Jennifer was complicit in this is the fact that she kept refusing to have sex with Stephen. She said that she felt uncomfortable having sex with Stefan, whatever his freaking name is, Stefan Stearns, because he was, quote, too large, and it made her, quote, uncomfortable, and she didn't, quote, enjoy it. So why would you send your prepubescent teenager, I mean, Maddie was developing. Why would you send your teen to go sleep with this man if you're uncomfortable sleeping with him? Let me just do a recap for y'all. She was reported missing after Hunters Creek Middle School, where Madeline attended, alerted Jennifer Soto that she did not make it to school on February 26. Now remember, Stefan Stearns was supposed to drop Maddie off that morning. Madeline Soto was supposed to be dropped off by Jennifer Soto's boyfriend, Stefan Stearns, but according to the investigation, Stearns never dropped the girl off. Stearns was charged February 28th with battery and possession of child SA material. On April 24th, he was also charged with first-degree murder in connection to Maddie's death. Then why you keep coming back, Car? You must like it. Thank you, L777. So during the investigation, Jennifer was questioned about the relationship between Stefan and Maddie. When asked if it was normal for the pair to sleep in the same room, Jennifer Soto responded by saying the following, quote, "Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when a lot of times we will sleep together in the king-size bed, all 3 of us, or sometimes Stefan will go upstairs and share a bed alone. So it really just depends on what's going on that night and what our schedule is and what we're doing." Now, we know from crime scene photos that this, in fact, is a lie. How do we know this? Because Stefan's underwear was in Madeline's hamper. his underwear and other clothes items were in Maddie's hamper in Maddie's bedroom. So he had not only been staying in there frequently, but he had been changing clothes in there and throwing them in the fucking dirty clothes basket, mixed along with Madeline's clothes. In my opinion, I think that Stefan was openly messing with this child in front of Jennifer. I really do. I think that there was a lot more going on that we will never know about, but it is no secret that he had unlimited access to this child. He was sleeping with the child. He was taking the child to school. He was picking up Maddie from school, and Jennifer was at work a lot because Stefan wasn't working. He was just mooching. According to the interview, Jennifer Soto did not see Madeline Soto on the morning that the girl vanished because Jennifer Soto thought that her daughter was getting ready for school while Jennifer Soto went to a doctor's appointment. During her initial police interrogation, she said that she did see Maddie. And then she backtracked later on and said that she didn't. And investigators just overlooked that, like that wasn't a big inconsistency in her story. Now, did she know that Maddie was already dead and helped Stephen put the body in the car? We'll never know. We'll never know. Also, I'm wondering if they are waiting to charge her for Stephen to get tried and to see if he will roll on her. Because here's the thing. There's a good chance that he gets the death penalty because he's up for the death penalty. So there's a good chance that he's served with life and or the death penalty, and it pisses him off enough to tell investigators the truth. Maybe they're doing this to play both of them. Think about this. If he's served with the death penalty or life in prison, they can then go to him and say, look at what Jennifer did to you. This is all Jennifer's fault. It was her testimony that got you sentenced to life in prison, Stefan. You want to tell us what really happened the morning that you dumped Maddie's body? Was Jennifer involved? I don't know. They could. I mean, I've personally been through this. This is why I say this. So I don't know, why they haven't charged her. But I will say that the majority of the public is outraged and agrees that there was more going on in this house than what Stefan and Jennifer are letting on. So Jennifer goes to the doctor's appointment. When Jennifer Soto returned home, Stearns was also home, and they chatted for a little bit. And she asked him why he had called her earlier around 10:18 a.m. Investigators said that this was not true, as Stearns had already been driving out of their apartment complex with Maddie Soto's slumped body over in the front seat of the vehicle. Remember, we have a security guard that lived at the complex, or who worked for the complex, that saw Maddie in the front seat of Stefan's car that morning, and he thought she was asleep and she was dead. Jennifer Soto told deputies that she began to worry when her daughter didn't come home from school and wasn't there all day. During the interview, Jennifer Soto's answers were hard to come by, as she told investigators that she had taken medicine and was a little spacey. Girl, your child is like missing right now. You would think that the last thing you would want to do is pop pills, but I'm here to tell you that that's the only thing that she was concerned about at the time that she was questioned, was whether or not she was going to jail and if she was going to have access to all of her precious medications. So disgusting. So they're saying that they're not going to charge her, but I'm wondering if they're going to lock him up. And then, like I said, let him cook, see if he's willing to tell the truth about what actually happened that day, because I don't believe that we have the truth. Now, y'all know that Grizzly channel that I really like, I'll tell you the name of it. There's tons of audio that this woman has paid for. Go and support her channel. Well, damn, I can't even find her now. What is the name of it, you guys? The Grizzly. I think it's called Grizzly True Crime. This woman, y'all, who should have triple the damn followers she does. She works her ass off, and I love her stuff. Oh, I thought I was already subscribed. I guess it's on my phone. I have 2 different accounts. So she has all of the police interrogation. Yes, so all of the body cam videos, voice recordings from all of the investigation is all on here, and you can read all of it. I mean, you can listen to all of it. And yeah, she paid for all of this, you guys, and it was, when I googled it, it said it can be thousands of dollars to get the motion of discovery and all of this information. So she puts her work in, and she does a much better job than I ever will. But I really learned a lot about the case just listening to the lies of Jennifer and Stefan. I mean, it's just absolutely infuriating that these people did this to this little girl. And I think Jennifer, I will always believe that Jennifer knew that Stefan was messing with Maddie. I believe that he was obsessed with her, that he wanted a, quote, normal relationship with this child. I really do. I think in his mind, he was losing grip. Maddie was growing up. She had a crush on a boy at school, and he snapped. And that's just my opinion, but just remember that I said that it's my prediction that after he gets either life in prison or the death penalty, I think he'll get life. Remember, I said that I think that the reason they haven't charged Jennifer is they want him to cook, to tell the true story. I really do. I think they'll go to him and be like, what happened? We're ready to lock Jennifer up. We know you weren't doing this by yourself. We'll see. If that's the case, it'll be years before she's locked up. But wouldn't it be great to still see her locked up? I mean, just for Maddie, like, it's not fair. This was her mother. This was supposed to be her protector, the sole protector. And Jennifer put her in this position. It's so fucked up that people like that can have kids. Let's see if I can find something funny since we're smoking. Y'all, I keep seeing pictures of that second a person who was trying to assassinate Trump. He looks crazy. Does he not look crazy? Does he not look crazy? He looks like dude from freaking... He looks like he was on a coke binge. He looks angry. He had them crazy... Let me show y'all. What was his name? Ryan, R-Y-A-N. Weasley. Of course it's Weasley. Ralph. Yeah, I know, right, Philip? He really does. He really does. He really does. Like, at least this time they were, like, on him. Okay? Last time, I felt like the Secret Service was on it. How do y'all see that boy for an hour? How do y'all see he's literally got kind of... It's a piece of equipment to judge the yardage so that you can fire a gun. It's typically used by hunters to see deer, to how far that deer is from the shooting point. The shooter that actually hit Trump in the ear with the bullet, he had one of those devices. It's not rocket science. They should have knew immediately that the guy was there to do something, but they didn't. They didn't. And matter of fact, in my opinion, they fumbled around like a bunch of idiots waiting for something else to pop off. I mean, the one woman couldn't even... He's going to have a Pope Mobile. Pope Mobile. I've never heard it called that. A Pope Mobile. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like the black card with the big glass windows from the 80s. The neighbors said they were scared of him. Well, see, Diana, his I hope I'm saying that right. His son came out and said that his father was a great citizen, and he had never been in any trouble, and his dad was a loving and 12 hours. Are you talking about the, Philip, are you talking about yesterday at the golf course? The guy was lying, I know he was lying in wait, but he was there for 12 hours. But, yeah, the father, Ryan Weasley Routh's son, we heard a statement from him earlier, and he sounded like he was dang completely, just as delusional as his son. They're both left-wing extremists. I hate to say it, but it's true, you know? Like, so, I mean, but they say that about me. I'm a right-wing extremist. Like, so, yeah. Oh, wow. 42 minutes ago, the man who appeared, intent on killing Trump wrote a book urging Iran to assassinate the ex-president. This is AP News. Ryan Weasley Routh portrayed himself on as a man who built housing for homeless people in Hawaii. Oh, really? Did he do anything for anybody in Lahaina when that happened? He also tried to recruit firefighters for Ukraine to defend itself against Russia, and described his support and then disdain for Donald Trump, even urging Iran to kill him. What? That's crazy. Whoa. This is what he said. Where was this? He wrote it in a book. Quote, "You are free to assassinate Trump," Roth wrote of Iran in an apparently self-published book in 2023. The name of the book, Ukraine's Unwinnable War, which described the former president as a, quote, fool and for both the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot and the, quote, tremendous blunder of leaving the Iran nuclear deal. I don't know what that is. He wrote a damn book on it. He did. He did. It's called, it was published. It was self-published. I wonder what it looks like. Let's see if we can find it. Ukraine's. Oh, Lord. Really? Oh, thank you. R-A-I-N-E. Ukraine's Unwinnable. I didn't even know that was a word. War. By Ryan. Wait, look, people have been looking it up. I want to see. So it doesn't immediately. Let me see if I can go how to buy. How to purchase. How to buy. It doesn't say how to buy it. I wonder if he's put it on his websites. Because he did have some kind of blog or something. I feel like he was very outspoken. I read another article we read, and it was talking about how he was outspoken on leftist matters. He is so mad. So it says Ralph 58 was arrested and charged Monday after authorities say he stalked the GOP presidential nominee as he golfed in West Palm Beach, Florida, with an AK-47 style rifle in an apparent assassination attempt thwarted by thwarted by the Secret Service. Through his voluminous online footprint, public record, and interviews and videos, a picture emerged of Routh as a man with a criminal past. Plenty of outrage and views ranging from the left to the right, including support for Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, Nikki and Trump. Voter records show he registered as an unaffiliated voter in North Carolina in 2012. That's where I'm from. This is so oh, thank you. This is where I'm from. Most recently voting in person during the state's Democratic primary in March. So he went back and voted for the Democratic primary in March. But he was registered unaffiliated in 2012. So I guess the woke mind virus got to him. I don't know. Listen to this. Ralph also made 19 small donations totaling $140 since 2019 through the Act Blue, a political action committee that distributes donations to Democratic candidates. Isn't it crazy that the other shooter made donations to the Democratic, or did his was to the Republican Party, right? Or he was registered as Republican, but he had previously made money. He had donated money to the Democratic Party. I think it was like $15. I'm talking about the Crooks guy. Anybody remember? In a tweet in June of 2020, after the police killing of George Floyd, Ralph said then President Trump could win re-election by issuing an executive order to prosecute police misconduct. However, in recent years, his posts appear to have soured on Trump, and he expressed support for President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Quote, "Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose it," he wrote on X in April in support of Biden. In July, following the assassination attempt on Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania, a post on Ralph's account urged Biden and Harris to visit those wounded in the shooting and attend the funeral of the firefighter who was killed. Quote, "We'll never do anything for them," he wrote. In his book is apparently listed on Amazon. And he says, quote, "I get so tired of people asking me if I'm a Democrat or Republican, as I refuse to be put in a category." Sir, then why are you giving money to the Democratic Party? Like, he sounds like he was struggling internally with who he was. Now, I'm wondering if he has a history of drug abuse, because he seems not only erratic, but emotionally unstable, but also writing a book, essentially a manifesto. You're either out of your mind or you've been on some hardcore shit. One or the two. You're going out of your mind, or you've been hanging out with Bethany. So, I don't know, but seriously, for him to be so flip-flop and unsure of himself, and this is a grown man. This is a 58-year-old man. This is not a 22-year-old kid who is confused with their gender. This is a grown-ass muffin man, okay, who has had children, had a career, written a book. But, something's going on. So, is it the woke mind virus? Is he losing it? Is he having a midlife crisis? Is he on some drugs? We don't know. But it sounds like the woke mind virus definitely got to him. Definitely. So, it also sounds like he was pandering to the feminist a little bit, because it says he said, quote, "The world would be a better place if it were run by women," he wrote in a book that has links to his website and X account. So he does have a website. It seems that the totality of the world's problems revolve around men with massive insecurity and childlike intelligence and behavior. Talk about projecting. Talk about projecting. Said that in his book. I don't think that men are to blame for anybody's problems when it comes to, and if anybody should feel that way, it should be me. But I don't. Once again, you cannot discredit a whole group of people just because one or two bad people did you poorly. You can't treat a whole group of people or put a whole bunch of people together and say, oh, they're all bad. Their fault that, you know, blah, 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 the patriarchy. You can't do that. You can't. I mean, you can, but you're going to be a cynical piece of shit. So go ahead. I mean, clearly. He posted frequently on his social media about Ukraine and other conflicts and had a website seeking to raise money and recruit volunteers to fight for Kyiv. A photo of the wiry, haired Roth on his site shows him smiling, wearing the t-shirt and jacket adorned with U.S. flags. Once again, make a mind. Quote, "This is about good versus evil. I'm going to fight and die for Ukraine." I really just think he wanted something to fight for, because he doesn't make any sense. I think he really just wanted a cause, you know. I don't know. Once again, it's no secret that mental health is a huge problem in America. We all have our issues, and I'm saying this as someone who struggles with mental health issues. Video shot by the AP showed Routh at a small demonstration in Kyiv's Independence Square in April of 2022, 2 months after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered invasion of the country. So he was holding a place card in this picture, and it said, "We cannot tolerate corruption and evil for another 50 years in Russia for our kids." That same day, he also visited a makeshift memorial to, quote, foreigners killed by Putin. But Roth never served in the Ukrainian army or worked with its military. And this is from the Foreigners Coordination Department of the Ukrainian Ground Forces Command. Their coordinator said that he never served or worked with its military while he was in Ukraine, fighting for the Ukrainian, for Ukraine. It sounds like all he did was go and run his mouth and see sight. So it wasn't like he was involved in fighting in Ukraine. So this guy that is head of the Foreigners Coordination Department for the Ukrainian Ground Forces Command, his name is Shahari, I think. Shahari told AP that Routh periodically contacted the International Legion of Ukraine with what he described as, quote, nonsensical ideas that, quote, can best be described as delusional. So it seems like people knew that this guy was off his rocker. But his son said that nothing was amiss. Nothing was amiss. There we go. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that I keep not looking with the... Oh. There we go. We don't need you here. Alright, let's just cut them off. There we go, you guys. Get all the losers to leave. Losers to leave. So it says, Roth appeared in a video standing in front of the U.S. Capitol and expressed in frustration that Ukraine wasn't taking more of the Afghan commandos he tried to recruit. What? And people call me crazy. Come on, man. Come on, man. I ain't standing in front of the Capitol trying to convince people to take... What was it? Afghan commandos. Okay. Okay, so it says that he was frustrated that Ukraine wasn't taking more of the Afghan commandos that he was recruiting. What? Earlier this year, he even tweeted at singer Bruno Mars and Dave Matthews, I love the Dave Matthews Band, to organize, quote, "We Are the World," for Kyiv. Quote, we need more an emotional tribute song for Ukraine as support stalls. I have lyrics and music, he wrote. Okay, let me back up. So, the guy that was laying in wait to shoot President Trump yesterday at the golf course tweeted out to Bruno Mars and Dave Matthews that they needed to come to him, that he had lyrics and music to write a song, an emotional tribute song for of Ukraine. This guy was more than off his rocker. Somebody take Twitter away from this man. Ralph also tweeted to former basketball star Dennis Rodman, asked for help lifting sanctions against North Korea to ease tension with the country. Why would Dennis Rodman know anything about North Korea? In another, he invites a dozen protesters in Hong Kong to stay at his Hawaii home to escape a Chinese crackdown. But none seemed to miss. Whoa! This motherfucker was from my area! Oh my God, y'all! He's from Greensboro, North Carolina. Ralph lived most of his life in Greensboro, North Carolina, where his run-ins with the law enforcement included a 2002 felony conviction for possessing explosives. But nothing was amiss. Oh Lord, what is this? A detonation, that's what it is, Brooke. Detonation cord and a blasting cap. Lord, this thing is going to get demonetized. I'm over here teaching y'all how to make a damn thing. Alright, listen. Once again, usual suspect, usual behavior pattern. Okay, he's off here, y'all. He's off his rocker. So he was essentially caught with a explosive device. I mean, it's possession of explosives, detonation cord, and a blasting cap. Jesus. But nobody thought that anything, it'll never happen. I mean, he's harmless. Once again, and here's the thing, son, that's his father. Okay, this has got to be a really difficult time for the son. Even I'm sure, here's the thing, if the son is really that naive and does not notice that his father is amiss, then I feel even worse for them, because he genuinely just don't even understand. Okay, so I feel even worse. But if the son knew that something was amiss and is still out here trying to say that nothing was wrong, that's a huge red flag in itself. The News and Record of Greensboro reported that the arrest came after Ralph fled from a traffic stop and held off police for 3 hours with a, quote, fully automatic machine gun. At a roofing business, state records him as the business owner. Court records show authorities seized the explosives and an undefined number of firearms from Ralph. As part of a plea deal, it was a freaking a BOMB. What? But if it's me, let me tell you, honey, they would have slapped me with 5 or 6 things that I didn't do, threw me under the damn jail, and I would have never got out. Unless there was restitution involved. I don't understand. This incident back in 2002 should have landed him on a watch list for the rest of his damn life. This is more than slipping through the cracks. This was what do they call it? Like a pre-indication. This is not rocket science. He was unhinged in 2002. It was only going to get worse. I mean, Jesus. Not everybody goes out here and makes explosives. That's pretty Ted Kaczynski of him, you know what I mean? It's not really normal. Court records show authorities seized the explosives, blah, 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 blah. As part of a plea deal, he was supposed to undergo a mental health evaluation and comply with any treatment recommendations. I'm here to tell you, I've been court-ordered the same things. You receive no treatment. You receive no therapy. You get no help. It is the flick of a wrist, a doctor's signature, and you're out of there as long as you seem semi-normal and you answer questions proper. The documents provided to the AP by the court clerk Monday do not include the results of that evaluation, and never will, because that's going to be under HIPAA. Like, that's his medical records. We'll never know if he was suffering with schizophrenia or anything like that unless his lawyer comes out and confirms it, or he confirms it. It's not going to be public information because it's health. Records also show Routh was convicted of a felony count of possession of stolen goods in 2010, as well as misdemeanors including illegal carrying concealed weapons, a hit and run, speeding, driving with a revoked license. Court, and here's the thing. People commit crimes, and typically people that commit crimes commit more crimes. Don't get me wrong. But it seems like he was living a life of crime his whole freaking life. It seems like he was making no effort to change. He was making no effort to do better. And it seems like he's been going off the deep end for freaking years. And everybody knew it. But records from 2010 felony case says detectives determined Roth was storing stolen building supplies and other items at his roofing building warehouse where he was living at the time. Money from the sale of the stolen goods was used to purchase crack cocaine. Or culprit. I was right. Crack cocaine. So he has a crack problem and a stealing problem, and he knows how to make explosives, and he's in and out of jail, and like, wow. It's always the same suspects, right? In both of the felony cases, court records show judges sent Roth to enter probation or a suspended sentence. Hold on. To either probation or suspended sentence, allowing him to escape prison time. These are not, in my opinion, these are not light offenses. Explosive devices, guns, those are light offenses. Those are violent offenses, and it's just as bad as my criminal record, if not worse, in my opinion. But they're right, and I don't understand how he kept escaping hard time. But not only that, he was never sentenced to drug court. He was never sentenced to really anything. Even the probation stuff, cocaine gets out of your system in like 36 hours. Even if you've been on a 2-day binge, it'll be gone in a couple, like, and it might not be 36 hours. It's probably like maybe 72 hours. Cocaine, listen, that was not my drugs of choice, okay? But it's about the same time as heroin, a couple days, and he smoked crack cocaine while he's on probation, and nobody will know. It's just crazy, with him being busted with all of these things and explosive devices. Jesus Christ. And he's not on a watch list. So it says, it's very clear that he was on a dangerous path, is my point. In both of the felony cases, court records judges sentenced Roth to either probation or a suspended sentence, allowing him to escape prison time. It was not immediately clear how Roth was able to obtain a weapon. In most states, it's generally forbidden for a person convicted of a felony to just possess a firearm. But let me tell you something right now, honey. Once people find out you're a felon, people will be coming to you with guns, trying to sell them to you. It is the craziest fucking thing. People be like, you need this. I'm like, whoa, no, get away from me. Like, seriously, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But I'm telling you right now that I've had so many people throw guns in my face knowing that I'm a fucking felon. And they're like, if you need to buy a gun, I got you. Like, so I'm sure that it wasn't hard for him to get a gun, is my point. Because I've had people throw them in my fucking face and offer them to me at great discounts. Let me tell you. Scary. It was not immediately, in 2018, Roth, and here's another order. No, he couldn't either. That's right. We looked into that. You order guns off the internet. You have to get it certified. Somebody has to make sure that you have a permit in order to purchase that gun. We looked that up, and it's not as easy as just purchasing a gun through the damn mail. You can't just go to Amazon and order a gun and they'll ship it to you. We searched that, and that is damn near impossible to do. But you can buy a pump action like shotgun type of thing at Walmart as long as you have a driver's license. Now, I don't know if they do background searches. Here, I'll cut these back on if somebody knows the process. I know that I have probably 1 or 2 hunters in here. There's Philip. I know he might know. Johnny might know. Or no, that's a different Johnny. I do not beat men. I have slapped a boyfriend. And we've talked about that before. But I do not beat people. I don't believe in violence. Truly. I know I get angry, but I really don't believe in violence. It says, in 2018, Roth moved to the small town of Kauai. It's Kaawa. So say that 5 times fast. I think it's Kauai, Hawaii, about 45 minutes outside of, where is that? Honolulu, in business with his adult son, building small wooden sheds. So he moved there to go into business with his son, build small wooden sheds. According to his LinkedIn page, the structures would, quote, help address the highest homelessness rate in the United States due to unparalleled gentrification. What is he talking about? Quote, help address the highest homelessness rate in the United States due to unparalleled gentrification. I get it. All of us are tired of seeing the homeless people all over the islands with nowhere to go. This is what he told Star Advisor in 2019. There is literal people out here. Yeah, I know, right? They'll probably just let him out, slap on the wrist, and be like, oh, get some mental health treatment. We'll see you next time. Like, for real. They have news outlets in the middle of Hawaii talking to this guy after he was busted with explosive devices, crack cocaine, stolen merchandise, guns. And he just moves to Hawaii and starts a new life. And here's the Honolulu Star in his face with a camera saying, why are you building these sheds? Why are you helping out homeless? I'm sure he seemed like an angel from the gods at the time. But he said that he was tired of seeing the homeless people all over the islands. No one answered the door Sunday at his blue house, his stucco blue house near the beach. A white pickup truck with a Biden-Harris bumper sticker and a flat tire was in the driveway. Damn, they ragged him bad. It says the house was colorfully painted, wooden cutouts of fish. Oh, the AP is dragging him. Neighbor Christopher and Roth said that he kept to himself and respectful, cordial, and kind. Now, this is one of his neighbors said that it's shocking to us that he behaved this way, hunting down President Trump. So this is what we know so far. Y'all, this is crazy. And it really is, because oh, there's his house and his car. Oh, it's not that bad. It was bad. I thought they were really like, yeah, it's not that bad. Could be worse. But I think that crack cocaine is the culprit here. I do. Judging by his arrest photos, I think that he was definitely out in the woods smoking cookies. He was probably sent in there. And that's just my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that. He looks deranged, like he's been on a bender, okay? That's just my opinion. I don't know if drugs were part of it, but judging by his history, I'm going to say that it could have been still a problem in his life. And he was still committing crimes. The last time he was in trouble was 2010. And then 2018, no, it was 2010. That was the last time he was in trouble. So it has been a while. 58 years old. 58. I'm glad that they found him. So it looks like they're adding gun charges as of 32 minutes ago, the New York Times. So they're saying now, the officials say the suspect never had sight of Trump on the golf course. The who faces, you damn you. If you don't let me read this, I ain't never coming back here. They want me to pay for read the news. Yeah, he had on drugs, you guys. Listen to this. Investigators say the man who appeared to have been planning to assassinate former president, soon to be again, Donald J. Trump, with a rifle, waited near a golf course for about 12 hours. What's he doing out there for 12 hours? Never mind. I don't know, you guys. I'm just making a lot of assumptions, but according to the criminal complaint released Monday, the man faces 2 federal gun charges. Possessing a firearm as a felon, good. That carries a minimum up to 7 years, I do believe. Well, in the state of North Carolina, it's a firearm by felon that's a minimum of 7 years. So you're doing at least 7 on that. And I agree with that. And then the last charge was possessing a firearm with an obliterated serial number. So he apparently went through the trouble of taking something to pull that serial number off of the gun so that the gun wasn't identifiable. It's so crazy that this is happening. Yeah, no, exactly, Wesley and I don't, he was clearly lying in wait, and they know that he was there for 12 hours. So, and he had a gun near the president, where the president, he owns that golf course. So, you know what he was going there to do. The motive is clear. You were going there to kill him. You brought a gun, you were lying in wait, and why? I don't understand why they do the things that they do the way that they do, but it usually has to do with their investigation and collecting evidence. Hopefully, they come back and charge him with something additional. I don't think that those are going to get him life in prison. Those are going to get him probably the firearm by felon and then the obliterated serial number. What does that carry? Let me see. What class is that? I don't even know that obliterated. Maybe 10 years, I would say. Federal law prohibits. Oh, it's a felon. Okay, so maybe he'll get more. Federal law prohibits possessing a firearm with an obliterated serial number, but a 2022 federal court ruling in West Virginia declared this law unconstitutional. The ruling was based on the United States Supreme Court decision in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin. So it sounds like a lawsuit. However, altering a firearm serial number is a serious offense under the federal law. This includes modifying, removing, or obliterating the unique identifier on a firearm. Penalties for altering a firearm serial number can include up to 10 years in prison. So they could give him up to 20 years, the firearm by felon and then this. But how often does that happen? They'll be like, oh, he was on a coke bender and he was having some mental health problems, and we're going to make him get some therapy and pay some small fines and give him 2 years of probation. And then he'll be out here doing it again at 68 instead of 58. Heavy fines and loss of a firearm owner's rights. Well, he didn't have those to start with. Up to 10 years. I did not know that. Damn. The more you know. In the rainbow here. What was the other? Firearm. I wanted to make sure that I was right. Fire. Bye. Felon. I think it varies state by state. It pulled up. Did they pause? They did. Hold on, let's read this. In North Carolina, a felon who in possession of a firearm is charged with a Class G felony, which can result in a jail sentence of 8 to 31 months. The severity of charges depends on several factors, including prior record, type of felony, background, circumstance. This is interesting because it has not always been this way. Hold on one second. Yeah, so I was right. Why is it lying to us? Why was that a bold-faced fucking lie? Look at this. I said firearm by felon, and it said that it can be 8 to 31 months, right? Hold on. 7-year sentence is possible for a felon in possession of a firearm if they brandish it. That's bullshit, you guys. Y'all got to be careful out here. Mandatory minimum. State of North Carolina, if you were caught with a firearm as a felon, do not listen to this shit. If you are out here a felon toting a gun, just know that you're asked away for at least 7 years. This is crazy that Google can just lie like this. This is so scary. I'm literally getting chill bumps. How scary this is. It is a 7-year minimum sentence for any firearm found on a felon. If you were a felon and you were caught in the possession of a gun, you got a possession of a gun on you. You get pulled by the cops and you're a felon and it's just you and that gun in that car. No, baby, that you're doing a minimum of 7 years. It's just crazy that they can rewrite the law like this when it's a blatant fucking lie. Let me go to a law site and verify this for you guys, because here we go. Mandatory minimum penalties for firearm offenses in the United States. Where is this from? USSC.gov. I'm going to believe them for Google, I can tell you that much. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. Let's see. In fiscal year, the key findings of this report, and this was from the United States Sentencing Commission, and this is for mandatory minimum penalties for federal firearm offenses. Firearms mandatory minimum penalties continue to result in long sentences, although they have decreased since fiscal year 2010. In fiscal year 2016, offenders convicted under Section 924C, that is possession of a firearm by a felon, receive an average sentence over 12 years of imprisonment. But what did Google say? Let's back up. What did Google say? You'll get 8 to 31 months. So Google is literally out here teaching criminals how to be criminals, lying to criminals, letting them think that they'll only get 8 to 31 months, and in all actuality, an average sentence of 12 years of imprisonment, which is 13 months less than fiscal year 2010. The average sentence length depends on the applicable mandatory minimum penalty of Section 924C, increasing from 118 months for the first 5-year mandatory minimum penalty to 102 months, where a 30-year mandatory minimum penalty applied.
Similarly, in fiasco year 2016, offenders convicted of offense carrying the 15-year mandatory minimum penalty under the Armed Career Criminal Act received an average sentence of over 15 years, 182 months of imprisonment, which is 9 months less than fiasco year 2010. So, if you get caught multiple times with multiple firearms and they sentence you under the Armed Career Criminal Act, an average sentence of over 15 years of imprisonment. Oh, wow. Result of these long sentences, offenders convicted of an offense carrying a firearm mandatory minimum penalty continue to significantly contribute to the size of the Federal Bureau of Prisons population, consisting of almost 25 of the 166,000 offenders in federal prison as of September 30th of 2016. I would love to see recent numbers. So 14.9% of the prison population is made up of offenses carrying firearms. So felons carrying firearms, it contributes to this, significantly contributes to the size of the Federal Bureau of Prisons population. 14.9% are people that have been caught felons carrying guns pertaining to these gun charges. 14.9% of the prison population is made up of felons carrying guns. They'll just get 8 to 31 months. I want y'all to know the truth. I don't know why it's to the point to where to boycott freaking Google. Like, it should be illegal to lie to people. Seriously. Like, I'm so mad at it. Listen, if a felon... We need parents in the chat ready to sue the shit out of Google. If a felon is accused of possessing a firearm, they should consult with an experienced criminal defense lawyer. They can also use their legal right to remain silent and plead the fifth. So Google is teaching you how to break the law. Look, right here. It's telling you to remain silent. Bullshit. This was generative AI, experimental generative AI that wrote that. What do y'all think? Y'all think AI is working out for us? AI told us that if we were caught with a gun, that we would only do 8 to 31 months. This is AI. This was written. See? AI. Experimental. This was written by AI. And it's that we'll only get 18 to 31 months if we go buy a pistol. It also tells us that if we're caught with a gun, we should get a criminal defense attorney and plead the fifth. Welcome to the world of AI. Clearly over here, we learned a lot of numbers that contradict that. And I think I'm going to believe the us.org over here. Okay? That's all I'm saying. It's absolutely preposterous that this is the world that we live in. It's definitely disheartening. Mandatory minimum penalties of firearm offenses. So if you want to go look at that, you can. I have no reason to lie to you. But Google has every reason to lie to you. Every reason. And it does. I mean, clearly, we just read that. And it's actually called a firearm by felon. And the reason I know that is because it's a huge thing where I'm from. Like, lots of felons carry guns, and everybody knew, talking, growing up, that if you were busted with one, that you were serving 7 years minimum. I over here gonna get us damn thrown in jail for 10 years. Experimental. Fed prison, really? Well, maybe so. But also, they're not punishing people like they used to. Back in the day when I was growing up, they actually would lock your ass up for a habitual felon or a firearm by felon for 7 years. I do believe you, because they're not punishing people they used to either. So I do believe you. I have no doubt. No doubt, no doubt. But here's the thing, once Trump gets in office, they're going to start punishing people again. We're going to put our court system back into use because we should have never stopped, you know. That's why these criminals are so brazen and breaking so many laws and causing so many problems. It's because they're not being punished. So once he gets back in office, it's going to change things. I gotta use the bathroom. It's raining, it's pouring. My ass wants to be snoring. My shoes are gonna get wet. Oh my god. Damn, it's cold everywhere I go to. Every place I go in, it's freezing. It's freezing, it's freezing. Damn, maybe I'm gonna be mad if it drops below 60 tonight. Bitch, you slashed me with that water and I'm gonna damn. Damn it. People are so rude. Like, you hefty ass trying to make it to the drive-thru almost ran me over. Man, that's so weird. Where? There it is. Trump shooter dude knew what he was fighting for. He was so damn all over the place. His causes don't even make sense. You know what I mean? One minute he's wanting to fight for Ukraine, the next minute he's wanting to damn. He said something about transitioning people. Like, what? Oh my god, this fucking road. So raggedy. Yeah, he's like send support for people who are transitioning or something. I don't remember, but you know, clearly the guy was off his rocker. And then when they pulled him out the woods, it had, I don't know, y'all. It looked like he had been on estrogen or something. His stomach. I don't know how to explain it, but it was the first thing I noticed when they showed his chest and his stomach. He looks like he's been on estrogen, which is a female hormone that they give the men who are transitioning. Now, I don't know if he was, but you can go look. You can go see the picture. Tell me if it don't look like tits and a damn mommy tummy to you. Now, he might have gained a lot of weight and lost it, and, you know, whatever. But there was just something feminine about him. I don't know how to explain it. Clearly, he was struggling with, at the very least, mental health issues. Was crack cocaine still a part of his life? I don't know, but in my professional 17-year career, my professional opinion, I think that he was still fooling with drugs. His home. So here's the thing. It seems like he lived a few different lives. Like, one minute he's in Ukraine trying to help people.
and building. The next minute, he's in Hawaii building tiny houses, helping his son get off. His son's business get off the ground. Which, by the way, him and his son recently had a huge falling out. So losing his damn marbles. I don't know. But also, the picture that they took of him, he looks, I mean, who sits in the woods for 12 hours without crack? Like, you got to be on crack to sit there for 12 hours. I mean, and he had a history of drug use with crack cocaine. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I just feel like he was holed up out there waiting and smoking. It's just my opinion. I don't know. Clearly, he wasn't caught with any paraphernalia. But for real, can you just, like, imagine him out there in the woods smoking dope? I can see it. Because when they pulled him out the woods, he looked like he had been smoking dope. He looked erratic and disheveled and disoriented and confused, like he was smoking dope. I'm sorry. Typical crackhead behavior. I'm sorry. And then he's over here talking about, his work colleagues are saying that he's delusional. Then why are y'all still working with it? I don't get it. We'll never get it. We'll never know. And then apparently he wrote a whole book. I don't think he was taking estrogen though. Yeah, I'm talking about the Trump shooter. He had titties and like a mommy tummy. Y'all go look. It's a arrest picture of him in the orange shirt. He has the crazy glasses on. They look like this. I can't get them. They're like this. They look like this. He's got these on, and then he has on an orange shirt, and they're putting handcuffs on him. This was when they approached him. He fled. He dropped his gun, and he ran back to his SUV, and he fled down the road. A high-speed pursuit ensued, and they finally got him to pull over, and when they did, they ordered him out of the vehicle, and they told him to start backing up, and he did. Well, they told him to put his hands up. When he did, his stomach and his mom tits hung out. When they arrested him, somehow his shirt had gotten on his head like this. His whole gut, his tits, everything's hanging out. And he looks crazy. He looks crazy. But there was a shirtless pic of him. Well, if you saw him shirtless, honey, then you saw them titties and that mommy tummy. I said, what is this? Maybe it's probably his age, because he is like 60. So he probably used to weigh more and then lost weight. That happens a lot, So I get it. But he still looked like he was on crack. He looked crazy, y'all. I mean, it reminds me of like Hunter Biden and the diary, like his whole manifesto. This guy, the Hunter Biden and the computer. That situation reminds me of this, because the dude literally wrote a book about how much he hated Trump, and it was like essentially a manifesto. They said that it was just delusional. You can get it on. Oh, sorry. Ugh. You can buy his book on Amazon. It's called Ukraine's Unwon War. He was listen, back in 2002 he was busted with crack and freaking explosives. He was caught with a BOMB, dude, and charged with it. And they still didn't put his ass on a watch list. He was caught with an explosive device. He was caught with what'd they call it? A something cap, like a something cap. It's part of a BOM, and we literally just read it and I can't remember. So it was like a detonator. That's what it was. It was the explosive device, the detonator, and a something cap. And he was busted with that, and then they knew that he was fooling with crack cocaine back in 2002. It said it in the AP article. You can go find it. If you Google the history of Ryan Weasley Routh, whatever,
it'll come up on the AP News article. That's how you can go read it. Everything we just read. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. He wrote a manifesto and nobody said anything even after that. I mean, it's not. It's a book. It's a book he wrote. He paid to produce it himself, the article said. He sounded like a nutcase. Apparently, at one point, he was like a fan of Trump and Gabbard or whatever. I think that's how you say your name, Tulsi or whatever. And then the next minute, he's saying how much he hates them and wants them to die and says they're horrible people. He sounded really confused going through that article. It's very confusing. I don't know if we'll ever know. Hell, and my thing is why he's there for 12 hours. Like, I don't get it. Oh. Yo, my house feels so clean. It feels so clean. Oh, God. It feels so clean in here. Everything's all nice and shiny now. I need to push this seat up. I'm going to change and get ready for bed. It's cold. Daddy, it's cold outside. Damn. I think I broke my thing, you guys. Oopsies. Oopsie daisy. It's okay. Yeah, I took all the dirty clothes out, washed all the dirty clothes. Let me put my window covers up and I'll cut on the light. I got all the trash out. Tomorrow on my way to, I got a lot to do. Tomorrow I'm going to vacuum everything out. I wiped everything down today, did all the laundry, got all the trash out. But I need to vacuum. It just started raining and I was going to do it this afternoon. I was going to go to my storage shed and start cleaning that out. But honestly, I think I'm going to wait till Wednesday because I have an important thing, job thing tomorrow. And also I need to file that lawsuit against the restaurant since I have the money. Willie sent me the money. His name's Willie. I told you guys that he had made a donation to me on Saturday. The money that he sent me, I'm going to use to get my money back from the restaurant owner that never paid me for the services that I rendered for their company for 3 months. Not only did I work for them for 2.5 months, whatever, but I was the only employee that they had that actually knew how to make drinks properly, put in effort, did not do drugs, and I was the only reliable person that they had behind their bar that did not steal, overpour, and steal money from the till. And they treated me like shit. And they still owe me thousands of dollars. So $1,300 is what I remember. And then there's additional credit card tips and stuff that I still haven't added up because it was so depressing that they didn't pay me that I couldn't even begin to think about what they owed me and sat down and actually tally up my hours because it would have pushed me into more of a depression. And I honestly was in such a state of mania from them trying to pimp me out, given my history, trying to escape someone like that abused me sexually for years, that I was taking it out on myself by drinking. So I think that it's imperative that I express to a judge and I take my time with this. I've been compiling evidence against them for months, almost a year now. So I have more than enough evidence to meet the burden of proof. The only thing that I'm worried about is that this is a small town. And I've told you guys about the interrogation process when the cops wanted me to come and tell them what I went through at the restaurant. And I told you guys about how they bum rushed me. Apparently there had been undercover investigators in the restaurant, and when I went in to talk to the investigators, I immediately recognized them when I walked into the interrogation room. So they had been in the restaurant and seen me work for these people. I had waited on these cops, not knowing that they were cops. One of them I knew was a cop, but apparently it is still an ongoing thing. So, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the cops and the restaurant. The cops still having an open investigation on these people, and they've been looking at them for a while. That has nothing to do with me. That's not my damn business. All I'm worried about is getting my money back and also letting a judge know what type of people these are in this town, because they are from Michigan and they've done this before. This is not new. I am not the only victim. There are other girls that are still stuck in that situation. So it's really sad to think that you would send your 16, 17-year-old daughter off to go get a job as a waitress at a restaurant and she be coerced into selling her body by two 40, 50-year-old adults. But this is going to become commonplace for the industry. I've already been into several restaurants that were straight up brothels. I'm not saying that they're having sex there in the cooler, but what I'm saying is that the waitresses are encouraged, the bartenders are encouraged to go home with customers after work to supplement income that they're not making on people tipping them from serving tables. Do you see what I'm saying? There's also another restaurant called El Patio in Cary, North Carolina, that is a backdoor brothel as well. They are known, the girls are known to be prostitutes. I frequent this restaurant. It is very common, and we are going to see this in recent years to come, in years to come. And, everybody knows about massage parlors. They're getting busted left and right. Um, this is the new massage parlor outside of the business. You know what I mean? So, anyways, all I want is my money, and I want people to know what these people did to me. Like, it literally emotionally affected me. It still affects me. It took me months to pick myself up and attempt to even go find another job because I was stuck in limbo, because going through mania and depression, I couldn't even take care of myself. It was fucked up. And I'm just glad that I know better than that. I'm glad that I know who I am, because an 18, 19-year-old girl, they're gonna do what the adult's telling them to do. When an adult comes into your life at 16, 17, 18, 19 to 25 years old, and they're telling you, oh, this is the way, everybody does this, da 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 da, take these drugs and it'll be fine, you'll make some money. Most girls are gonna do it. And I'm talking about girls that don't have mom and daddy to turn to. I'm talking about girls that are already homeless, girls that are already using drugs, girls that are already pregnant with kids, okay? I'm not talking about the girls that fucking were prom queen and fucking were little cheerleaders and had mom and daddy's love and money. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the leftovers that society doesn't give a fuck about. It's so fucked up. And I don't care. It's not fair. Just because those girls have had shitty lives doesn't mean that you can be even shittier to them and try to teach them to do shitty fucking things. You should do quite the opposite. It's your moral responsibility to do the opposite. Guide them in the right direction. Don't play off of their failures. Don't play off of their parents' failures or their economic circumstances. Like, it's so fucked up. And society turns a blind fucking eye to it. Actually, the sheriff's department does. They did in my case, and they're doing it in these girls' cases. You tell me that you want to know what they did to me, so you call me in. It takes me 3 months for me to even come in and talk to investigators, because I am so upset that I am a fucking functioning fucking alcoholic at that point, because my boss was, okay? I was working at the winery. So y'all all know that I was a fucking mess. It takes me 3 months to get in there, and then I get in there and they blindside me. There's officers that I saw from the restaurant that I waited on, and all they're concerned about is drug use. Who's getting the drugs, where the drugs are coming from, and what's going on. They don't care about the girls that are in there literally dying, killing themselves upstairs of the restaurant with drugs. It really pissed me off, and it made me realize that not only do cops lie straight to your fucking face, but they lie just to get you in, and then they lie about helping you. They absolutely lied to me. The first conversation I had with them, they actually called me and said, hey, they said, we know what happened. We've had other girls come forward. They were too scared to do anything about it, so what are you going to do? Fast forward 2 months, I'm ready to come in and finally talk. I cooked. I was ready. I get in there and they're like, yeah, well, we really need to know about the drugs. Well, I don't fucking do drugs. And that was part of the reason I was bullied there. I was bullied because I wouldn't fucking do drugs. I said, I don't know anything about that. I said, but there's a few of those girls that are working down there that won't be alive in a few years because they'll kill themselves with fucking drugs. So 1 or 2 of them will probably end up in a car accident, drinking and driving. 1 or 2 of them is going to end up in prison because they hurt somebody on fucking drugs, or, God forbid, one of their children gets hurt or something. Because some of these girls have children. I said, and 2 or 3 of them will probably die from drug overdoses because they have to fucking do dope to deal with the abuse they're putting their body through. You think the cops care about that? No. They just want a fucking drug conviction. How pathetic. I don't care if those girls were hookers since they were fucking 15. I don't give a fuck. Shut the whole fucking place down right now. Like, the whole place needs to be shut the fuck down. The Carpinos need to be in jail. Apparently their daughter was recently arrested. Surprise, surprise. So the criminal crime family, they're out here making their mark on society. And clearly you can tell that their daughter is struggling in addiction. I mean, God, I've never seen anybody's teeth rotted out like that. It's really fucking pathetic that these people have a place in society to help other people, but instead of doing that, they supply young girls with drugs, allegedly, and they coerce them to sell their bodies out of restaurant to customers that come in there. And if you don't, then you're blacklisted. They bully you and they treat you like shit. And then they try to give you everybody else's work so that you'll quit because you won't sell your body and you won't sleep with the owners. It's disgusting. It is so disgusting. And apparently, I knew these people and didn't know that I knew them. Somebody told me that they went to this place that I used to work at. Now, they still frequent that place, so I know that it's true. And I told y'all that's why I wasn't going to that place anymore, because risk running into these freaks of freaking nature. But also, they have a lot of dealings in that area in general. Like, they're known to have they're known in the community to owe tons of people money. They're known in the community to be drug users. They're known in the community to be scam artists. They're known in the community by the sheriff's department as criminals. But yet the city and the city allowed him to buy that property and turn it into a restaurant and an apartment complex. So if you know that he's a criminal, that he's been to state, had open and failed businesses, the family is operating in organized crime and drug use, but the city allows him to buy that plot of land and open 2 businesses? I don't get it. I never will. But that's probably why they haven't been arrested, too. And remember, they had the House of Representatives from South Carolina and Georgia that left me their business cards, and I refused to sleep with them. Remember that? And then I was taken off the schedule. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, so we're going to go file that paperwork in the morning. It's $130-something. So I said, well, when will the court date be? When will I be able to present my case to a judge? And she said that they'll have to serve him first. Well, they know exactly where he is. Y'all eat at his restaurant every day. That shouldn't be too hard. The cops hang out with them. That shouldn't be hard. So are the cops fake, or are the cops in on it? Are the cops going and telling them everything I said? I don't give a fuck if they did. I posted screenshots. If you go to your Google Maps, go to Uptown Tavern in Eden, North Carolina, look at their reviews. You can see all of the screenshot messages of my sexual harassment throughout my job employed with them. You can go see it all. And there's a lot that I left out because, honestly, I I told them when I first started working there, I said, I've had a hard life. All I'm trying to do is make my money and go home, make y'all money, go home, help your business grow. You know, and then they're like, oh, well, we need a manager, a bar manager, da 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 da. Clearly, y'all did. But anyways, they dangled that job in my face like a carrot, and they expected me to sleep with them for that management position. From the moment that I got hired there, they started sexually harassing me, and I needed the job so bad because I was living out of my truck, and if I don't make my truck payment, then I'm going to lose home. It was the worst. The worst. They like to drive me fucking in crazy, like crazy. They did. They drove me in like crazy. I was hysterical. I couldn't even think. I wasn't eating. I was losing weight. I wasn't even taking care of myself because of the stress that I had to go through. Every day I would go to work and this bitch would be texting me, asking me all kinds of sexually perverse questions. And I would tell her, like, listen, I don't want you texting me about stuff like this. And then she would get mad and start calling me fucking names. Like, dude. So finally, I quit one day. I walked the fuck up out of there. I realized that not only were these people blatantly evil, but they were playing off of their employees' downfalls. Like there was one cook that was clearly so high on heroin, he came to work every day and he couldn't even cook. You would find him asleep, bent over like a pretzel in the floor. You would have to go back to the kitchen and wake him up. I can't be around people that high. Like if you want to get high, that's whatever. But I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around you. And here's the thing, when you get clean and you're around people that are getting high, they get jealous of your sobriety and they treat you poorly because you're doing the hard work that they're incapable of doing at the time. It was a horrible environment. I do think that they knew exactly who I was before I walked in there. I now know that that is true. So they absolutely thought that because I was homeless that I was just going to come in there and be willing to fly to other parts of the country with them and sleep with them. Not realizing that the reason that I'm homeless is because I got clean, because I refuse to sell my soul. They don't get it, and most of society never will. You know, I once again walked away from endless amounts of money and luxury to get myself clean. My life started going downhill during COVID, like when I got clean, and it's because of the economy. So, you know, also I left the money in hopes of being able to get clean and stay clean because I wanted to live. I knew that if I stayed with my ex that I was going to end up dead because I had already died 3 times at that point with him. So I knew that him giving me money every day for dope was going to lead me to death, and I did not want to die. I don't want to die. I've wanted to live my whole life. If I would just do the drugs and behave, then everything would be fine. Damn it. I'm going to take this stuff off. My eye makeup. God, why is it hot if it's only damn 60 degrees outside? It's always so hot in here. If it's any more than 55 outside, it is like stifling in here. It don't make no sense. My hair's... Yeah, so the way that it works is that they'll have to serve him, and after they serve him, they usually set a court date for about 2 weeks out. Sometimes it'll be short notice, like 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks. I think that I want to start with the inconsistencies from the start. You know, here's the thing. I need the judge to know that I was absolutely desperate for this job because I had bills that were due. And I also was working at a winery that I was trying to get away from. My boss at the winery was an alcoholic. I mean, I literally, you can't make this shit up. You can't. You cannot make it up. But both times I walked in and asked if I could have a job, and they both hired me on the spot. I now realize that both of them were fucking perverts playing off the fact that I was going through financial hardships. My boss at the winery is polyamorous. I never slept with any of my employers. I genuinely wanted to come there and help them both grow their business, but they're both too obsessed with sex to realize that both of their businesses are going to be going out of business soon. First of all, the winery, she was having anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 a year stolen out from underneath her nose in merchandise, including wine, wine and beer. Not to mention money straight out of the register and the till. Once again, another job where I was the only employee that did not steal from my job. It happens so much at bars nowadays. Like, it's literally the type of environment where I've worked for employers, and I said, you know, she's stealing from you, right? And he says, quote, this is a business owner. He says, quote, yeah, Brooke, but what do you want me to do? Not make any money because I'm completely closed down, or fire her? Yeah, not make any money because I fire her, or stay open and make half of my profit, knowing that she was stealing from me. Do you see what I'm saying? He had nobody else to work. So he chose to stay open and just let the bitch steal from him. And that's where I came in the picture. And the day he hired me, the bitch quit. And he made profit that entire year. I ran the billiards down in Florida. And all I wanted was a $250 pay raise. Your last employee was stealing, 70 grand worth of merchandise out the bar. Your new employee is triple your sales in 90 days and your customer base, and you won't even give her a fucking raise. I quit. Sure did. He wouldn't have had half the business that was in there if it went for me, and that's legitimate. And I'm not saying that like, I'm saying that is legitimate. Not to mention, I'm not a thief. I wasn't stealing his damn profit. You were making more money than you had been in 5 or 6 years. You got a good employee that would never steal from you, and you won't even give her a damn pay raise. What a shame. I will say, though, that I do think that his ethnic background had a lot to do with that. I've realized I've worked for a lot of Middle Eastern people, and they are very cautious with their money. There you go. They're very cautious, and they don't like to pay what, they don't like to pay behind the bar. They don't like to pay a base rate for bartenders. They want you to work for tips. They don't understand that it's not done like that anymore. So I've had a lot of problems with like Syrians and stuff. And then also another guy, I ran his bar. He was the same way. And I said, well, if you ain't paying me a base pay, then I ain't working for you. You literally have no customers. Who do you think I'm going to make money off of? You're going to have to give me time to get some business in here. My nose has been so stopped up from this. So I'm right by my favorite gas station. So if I need to get up in the middle of the night, I can. I'm kind of getting hungry now, but like, now that I'm back here, I ain't pulling out tacos. I'm not making stuff for tacos after I'm already like halfway in the bed. I might, I don't remember what all I got. I got the stuff to make a tomato sandwich if I want one. But, I just realized it's only 7 o'clock. What did we eat already? We had a biscuit. I had a chicken sandwich. I'm just gonna eat a granola bar. Oh, I put my silk pillowcase on my. Let's see if it hair. Yeah, tomato sandwich. Y'all are so gullible. Don't open the channel. You'll get kidnapped and killed and your life savings stole. Y'all be blatantly lying too. I was gonna make tuna tacos, but I'm just not in. How much y'all think I make on donations? No, for real, tell me. And before you start, I just want to mention that I'm 2 truck payments late, so I don't know how much you think I make on donations. I literally, honey, I might make $100 a month on donations. 1,000%, maybe $100 a month. A month. So simmer down, okay? I've had one loyal follower that I do believe I know from Florida, Daniel, that has paid my insurance twice and my cell phone. That has been a very consistent person. However, that has been an isolated thing. You think I don't know what good RX is? Well, I gave it 2 minutes. Nobody said anything that was remotely intelligent. So, as you can see, this is why we don't do comments here. Because we don't need added input from imbeciles. That wasn't bad. That was Walmart brand. It was actually really good. Walmart brand dark chocolate peanut almond. Peanuts, almonds, and dark chocolate. Chewy granola bar, sweet and salty. It was good. Better than the Hidden Valley one or whatever it's called. The Valley one. Damn it. I just don't feel like cutting the avocado. I've never had that lemon pepper. And I know I'm not going to eat avocado. I'm not opening that tonight because I know I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to put the tuna on it. Sometimes I put apples on tuna too because it's really good. I like to like thinly slice them like, I don't know. Kind of like thinly sliced cucumber. But it says it's 65 outside, but I can't tell. I can't tell. I don't know whose Wi-Fi I'm on, but it says I'm on Wi-Fi. We're gonna eat these tacos, but I gotta find everything. My hair. Where is? I need taco sauce. Damn it. I need a tiger sauce. Tiger sauce. Ow, I just pulled something on my shoulder. Dang it. Oh, okay. There we go. I guess it's going. There we go. I need a knife. Oh, Lord. I won't. Napkin. I had to go to the Dollar Tree. I grabbed some of these because these are my favorite. They're the big ones. They're called Yardley. You get like 18 cloths for $1 something. I need a fork too. More than likely. Damn, that's gonna kill my truck battery. Ah! Hold on, I'll be able to turn them back on in a second. It'll kill my truck battery though. That's why I need a Jackery! Because they don't have lights. Tacos. I'm just putting tortillas and tuna on it. I usually roll the lime. I usually put fruits and vegetables on them, but I'm being so lazy tonight. Like, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. Go to bed. Better take that piece of shit up the road. I'm about to go to bed. I ain't listening to it. So it tastes like lemon pepper. Because it's lemon pepper. This is actually one of my favorite meals in a house, which is kind of weird, but because there's no cooking involved. Something that I haven't had in forever was tuna oodles and noodles. Have y'all ever had that with mayonnaise? That's like one of my favorite meals. It's been like 10 years since I've had it. It's just oodles and noodles, relish, tuna, and mayonnaise. But you don't have the noodles hot. You have them like room temperature with cold mayonnaise. And a pack of tuna and some relish. We used to eat it in prison. It was so good. So I just got tuna and some lime juice. I forgot the hot sauce. Definitely needs the sauce. The tuna is a little dry. 17 grams of protein. 0.5 grams of saturated fat, which is nothing. 1 gram of added sugar, which is nothing. These little tuna packs are good. Oh, it's got 90% of the vitamin B in it. Yay, that's what I need. Yes. Your joints can hurt from a deficiency. This is why I didn't want to cook. I'm so full now. That's why I haven't been cooking. Because I waste it. Because I haven't had an appetite. But also, because I hadn't had the money to eat the past couple weeks, my stomach is shrunken. So when I do eat, I can barely get anything down. I take 2 bites and I'm full. Like this morning, I ate 2 bites of that biscuit and I was genuinely full. But also, I drank a lot of water, which fills you up. So I'm a water junkie since I got clean 4 years ago. Mm. You can't leave this in your car. You will get, they will attack you. The cats, the raccoons, the ferrets, I don't freaking know. I just know that your car will be rocking from animals hanging off of it trying to break into it. Oh. Bumblebee, lemon pepper. Wow, top tuna. Is it chicken or is it tuna? Well, it says chicken of the sea. Listen, I admit, sometimes I have my moments, but I'm not Jessica Simpson slow. That was funny. Bless her heart. Poor girl. She's another one that fell into addiction. She's a stumbling alcoholic of a mess. She went on national television drunk, bruh. Drunk. Y'all, she was so drunk. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Not good. Not good at all, bless her heart. She said that she just got busy with life and that she was a mom taking care of her kids and it was socially acceptable to drink a martini halfway through the day. And then before she knew it, she was relying on it to get her through the day. And I actually think that it's very common, more common than people actually realize. But yeah, suburban soccer moms out here drunk at the kiddie soccer game. Stank cup full of crown and LIT on a Tuesday at soccer practice. Seriously, I think it's a lot more common than people realize. Well, drinking culture in general is just like accepted in America. It's like, oh, we're having a cookout, come have a few beers. Like, it's really fucked up. Namas. And I can't keep this. I ate over half the pack. Let's make the other one and try to eat it so I don't waste it. I just can't. Here's the thing. What I'm scared of now, following this lawsuit, is that it's going to be the same shit that happened like with my abuser, that the courts are going to protect them. That's my biggest fear, is that I'm going to spend this money and that the courts are going to protect them. Because they do. It's, they do. Can't put it into words, but I can tell you right now that they absolutely do. And, apparently, I didn't know this until last year, but apparently, not only did the whole town know that my abuser was running an escort service, but they also knew that he would take these girls to get drugs and give them money for drugs. And they just let it happen for 20, 30 years. Like, how? Why? And then they protected him. So that's what I'm worried about. Even though they said, oh yeah, you'll be able to sue them for that money. I hope you know I'm suing them for more than that. After what they did to me. Dude, that could have literally sent me back into drug use. I'm just so glad that I know that I want to be clean and that I'm smarter than half the people I had to deal with over there. Because otherwise, I would have fell right back into the same shit. Because there was drugs everywhere. Mm-mm. I figured it out. I don't like this one. It's too much of a wild fish taste. That's why I like the one that I like, because it tastes like I just bit into a raw fish. God, now my whole car is going to smell for nothing. Much better. Too much like wild fish. Honey, is that tuna or raw mackerel? Jesus. Ugh. We're going to have to go throw this shit away, but we also will have to wash it. It does. It tastes like raw mackerel or something. Like maybe, I don't know, man. Yellowtail or something. I don't know. It just tastes raw and like a fish. When I get this cleaned up, I'm going to actually wipe this down with some Fabuloso. I always say this. I try to. I haven't had any Fabuloso. Now I do. I got some today at the Dollar Tree. My obsession with limes and lemons started at Sonic. Over 20 years ago, right at 20 years ago, nope. I used to have to get there and cut the limes and lemons, and I'd cut hundreds and hundreds of limes and lemons. And I'd also eat a few. So this is the disinfectant one. Where is my trash bag? Ugh. Do we have a bag of trash? Ugh, damn it. After I scoot this seat up, I can't find nothing. Damn it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Oh my God, you guys. I forgot to tell y'all. So apparently, Colin from Kate Plus 8, apparently years after his dad, John, had broken him out of this mental institution that Kate had put him in, he goes to join the military. He goes to enlist, right? He takes his ASFAB. He passes with flying colors. He goes to join the military. And then they come to him after he has already been through basic training. And they dishonorably discharge him because he had that previous institution record from where he was institutionalized on a mental ward when he was a juvenile. Because of that, they gave him a dishonorable discharge. They discharged him from the military because Kate had institutionalized him when he was 12 because he was telling about the abuse, in my opinion, allegedly, that she was putting him through. It's crazy. So it messed up his military career, and he really wanted to be a Marine. He was a Marine. He did all the hard work. Made it through basic and everything. And then the military says, well, sorry, son. Seems you were kind of crazy when you were 12. We got to dishonorably discharge you. Heartbreaking. It really destroyed him. I forgot to tell y'all that part today. It really destroyed him. He said that was something that he had been looking at for years, and he was really interested in the military. He wanted to make a career out of it. How often do we hear that anymore? Military needs more good men. Hell, half the men they got now ain't even men anymore. They, shut up, Brooke. Brooke, shut up! I feel like this is going to smell like tuna. No, it doesn't. It smells like lemons or lime and the lemon scent from the hand wipes. I've never had a problem with anything smelling on it. Actually, what was that? Oh, I cut an orange on it, and it smelled for like 3 days. Every time I opened it and would eat on it, it was that orange, but that ain't bad. I just use it to cut on and eat on, and it just kind of, it's so big, it's easy to kind of portion things out. Like I can put my vegetables here and put my sandwich bread right here, and, you know, it's just easier to cook on, clean off, and then put back than having a damn whole table or one of those laptop holders that you can like put your computer on and stuff. I don't have anything like that. I do want a big pillow to go right here, and I want to take these out. They scare me all the time. They get trapped behind the mattress. Can you see it? It gets trapped behind the mattress, and then it'll fling up and freaking put me in the arm, and it scares the hell out of me. Every single time, I think that it's a snake or something, and I'm under attack. I would like to build something right here. Maybe a shelving system, or maybe just put some pictures. I don't want to do that. That'll look tacky. That'll look like prison. Hell, let me just throw some toothpaste on the back of them, too. Like... Well, I'm about to go to bed, y'all. Same shit, different day. Actually, I'm gonna cut this on, and then I'm gonna find my shoes and go, where are my boots? Oh, I don't want to put those on. It's kind of raining kind of heavy. I do need to put those on. Oh, I think it's supposed to rain for like the next 3 days, right? I think so. There's a hurricane coming through my area. Don't worry, it's not bad. Hopefully. Knowing my luck, I'll get washed away. Putting my knife back up here. Where's my... Oh, I see. Oh, I bet they're here. I'm looking for my not my Converse, flipper floppers. These. Oh. As a lime on my shin. What the frick? Piece of a lime on my shin. Damn. I forgot that this was in there. I'm going to put that over my steering wheel. It's from where I got out of the shower today. Oh, by the way, when I was at the Dollar Tree today, I noticed that they had locks. So I went ahead and grabbed a new lock so that I can lock my stuff up in the gym when I work out. Remember? So, yeah. There's my sweater. I was looking for my sweater so we can go to the store. Damn. It's actually, I can't wait till I get a good camera so that you guys can see in here, because I actually have a shit ton of space. Like, more than the average. I mean, this is a 4x4, like, Chevrolet, so it's a big truck. When I took the back seat out of it, it really opened it up. And not only that, when that front seat is forward, I have more than enough room to, like, put my legs out. Like, look how much room. Do you hear this idiot out here burning tires? Always some freaking kid out here, like, in some piece of shit Chevy trying to show off. I have a lot of room back here. We're going to go to the bathroom. We're going to throw this away. Let me make sure I got everything. All the trash. I'm so bad about putting caps back on. Hold on. My drinks. I never put my caps back on. You know, while we're here, let's grab our toothpaste and toothbrush and just brush our teeth too. I think it's in this one. I'll need that when I get back.
Oh, wrong one. I always get them mixed up. Most of my bath stuff is in the big one, but there it is. Toothpaste. And chippers. That'll work. I don't know where my electric lemon went. Look at the road too, because it got wet on the floor. I stand on my dirty clothes when I'm in the shower. Like when I get out of the shower, I have my dirty clothes on the floor so I can stand on them, dry my shoes off because I wear shower shoes. Damn. Okay. We're gonna brush our teeth. So my shirt got wet and I just hung it over my steering wheel. This got damp too. Anything that's like, I dried my shoes with those, that's why. Anything that gets damp and it'll stink if you don't. I got lucky with that. Oh, usually I am pretty good at, oh, it stopped raining for a second.
feet are getting more and more fucking wet. More and more fucking wet. There's only one bathroom that men and have to share. Like, I don't know. I just see the world different. Sorry. Oh my God, we didn't even take the trash to throw it away. Ugh. I mean, and here's the thing. I don't understand. I guess I do, but I kind of don't. I guess a lot of people family that they can go to their house and shower and stuff. I never had that option. I had to get Planet Fitness. I've had Planet Fitness since like 2012. So I think 2014 actually. So I've had Planet Fitness for a long time. I remember when we were in Florida and we were living in Florida, I had that one guy that was wielding a machete outside of a laundromat. He was a homeless man that was using their facilities to take a bath in the bath of the laundromat because it had a toilet and a sink. And I guess that was, a lot of places won't let you use their restroom anymore. This is why. Because homeless people are coming in there and using the bathroom like a bathhouse. Or they're coming in there and doing drugs. And I'm not saying every person that's homeless does drugs. I tell you guys that that's not the case. That a lot of people just can't afford rent, like myself. And actually, I don't need to afford rent. I have and land and another vehicle. I've got to fight for my property in court because I've already paid for it, which has been noted in open court, which makes it even more frustrating. But since the lawsuit was not pertaining to the property, he admitted in open court that I bought the property from him, I still have to sue him, and the document has to say for the specific property. Like, I have to sue him civilly with the assist of an attorney. Like, I have to have attorney present for this kind of lawsuit. It's not a $10,000 civil suit, you know what I mean? We're talking about assets, investments, stocks, bonds, fucking money, Roth IRA, money market account. So there's different aspects to my lawsuit that I'll have to have an attorney for. And I get that. But it's not just about not being able to afford rent. It's about that I've already paid for a home, and I've also invested money, and I shouldn't even be in this situation. So that's what I'm going to do, is fight for my property. But I don't understand why, like, some of these panhandlers that I see out here, I don't understand why they don't get a gym membership. They choose to bathe in, like, the restroom of a laundromat or the restroom of a sheet or whatever. And that's not a viable option for a long-term plan. It's just not. Not only that, once they catch you, they're not even going to want the general public bathrooms anymore. So everybody's going to be punished. And it seems like the workers at this place knew what he was doing, because the guy come out and he walked over there and they saw whose bike it was, and then he walked back inside. So it looks like that they knew who the guy was, and he must come through here and, like, freshen up in the bathroom. I feel horrible for him. Everybody's being affected by this fucking economy. I don't know if he's a drug user or not. But my first thoughts went to, oh God, somebody's damn dead in there. Because that's typically the case. It's usually somebody passed out in there. So I took that bag and wrapped it up like 3 or 4 times. I don't know how many times. I'm not getting back out. I'm looking for my damn melatonin so I can go to bed. Let me see because of the light. I do like this brand better. Those ones from a Dollar Tree or whatever, the Dollar General, they suck. They give you a hangover. So much to do tomorrow. When I was on the phone with you guys the other day for a few hours, I had 12 calls from different jobs. None of them said anything positive. 12 missed calls, and not one person even sounded remotely like, nice when telling me that they couldn't hire me. They were all kind of like, oh, well, this was to be expected. You did say. And I'm like, yeah, I did, but I was thinking that maybe, like, you would say, like, oh, it's been 10 years, okay. No, none of that. Here's the thing, though. If I lie, the moment that I have a problem with at the job, they're going to find out that I'm a felon, and then I'm going to get fired. So that's not insecurity to a job. Going to work every day and worrying if I'm going to lose my job. Damn it. This floor mat got wet. I hate the rain. Okay. Trying to get the mattress back on the track. Oh, there. I had to tuck that in because that dude down there creeps me out. I don't know, like, the way that they used to freaking stalk me and freaking knock on my car that one time, and then every time I would come through here, that van would be here. They're creepy. I don't know what their story is. I don't really give a fuck. But it was wrong for them to attack me that night and hit my vehicle because I was parked in a parking space that they wanted. Here's the thing. People act like that and they don't realize, that, yeah, never mind. Yeah. That's not a happy person. Somebody that would mess with a poor girl that's by herself in a Walmart parking lot and 2 men gang up on her, attack her vehicle, and beat her vehicle for hours trying to get her to move. Bitch, I'm petty. I put in earplugs and went to sleep. That is not a viable option to get me to behave any way that you want me to. I can promise you that. You're lucky I didn't get out swinging. Fucking pussies. You have to be. You have to be a pussy to treat somebody like that. Like, that is pussy mentality. To bully, gang up on a woman who lives alone. That's pussy mentality. Trying to get my bed comfortable. There we go. Sweet. Feels comfortable to me. See, I got more than room. I'm actually over on the wall, but I got more than enough room. And I actually only use about half of the damn bed. What is it? About half of the bed. Let me cut this light off because I know this weirdo's like looking at me. Oh, I'm about to take my ass to bed, y'all. It's already 7:30. I hope y'all have a good evening. I gotta get up early, per usual. I actually love getting up early when it's cold outside. I'm probably going to go train in the morning. I know I said I was going to today, but I had a lot going on. I'm actually going to wake up in the morning, have a job interview first thing, and then I'm going to, did we lock the truck when we got out?
Then I'm going to,
Guys, did we lock my truck when we got out earlier? Hold on one second. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. I was looking for something, my gold necklace. I didn't remember where I put it. My memory be failing me, and I be thinking that I dropped something somewhere because I thought that I maybe put it in my pocket of that sweater. And I was like, oh shit, did I drop it at the gas station? Anyways, I'm gonna wake up super early. I've got job interviews first thing, and then I'm gonna go work out and shower and go to my storage shed to organize that, clean everything up, and figure out what I want to sell, what I don't want to sell. I don't need half of what I got. I just end up in a t-shirt anyways, like, Jesus. I had this one lady ask me last week, she's like, do you by chance have a YouTube channel? I said, yes, ma'am. She's like, oh, okay, we thought that you. I said, who's we? She's like, everybody in the office. I said, oh, Lord. Yeah, people know who I am. It's not helping in the matter, you know. She didn't say anything bad. She just said, we thought that was you. She was actually really nice about it, but you know, it ain't hard for people to put two and two together. I've never been the type of person to freaking hide from anybody ever, despite what people might want to think. I've never hid from anybody. I've actually tried for years to you know, be a part of society. But you know, you go missing and you move on in life and you have another life, and people are like, oh my gosh, she's been missing. No, bitch, I moved out of the state. I had a whole nother life. Like, no, I ain't been missing. I've been living it. You know what I mean? God, how do I end up with all these packages? I never throw them away. I just shove them in that divider. Go ahead and get my earplugs. Earplugs. Sweet treats. We also need to do my nails tomorrow because I haven't did my nails in like since last week. I did like that brown color, but I kind of want something else. I think I have some baby blue somewhere that I can thin out. I want some like baby blue or maybe like white. Actually, I should probably do black because it's September. Or maybe that brown again because that's a fall color. It's not summer anymore. Oh, I'm gone, y'all. I hope y'all have a good night. We'll meet up tomorrow and talk. I've got an article that I'm trying to read before bed. It's like 275 pages and I don't know all the words. So I'm gonna have to use a dictionary to read the damn thing. You know what I mean? But I hope y'all rest well, and I hope that Tuesday morning isn't too hard for you. I hope that y'all don't work too hard tomorrow, and we'll catch up and pray for me because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys. Good night, y'all.